Developmental hazards and its influence on physical and psychological development of an organism. We can divide these influences into two groups, that is internal influences and external influences. Internal influences constitute genetic influences and chromosomal abnormalities, and genetic influences, they constitute mutations which are harmful for the development of organism. They change the genetic matter. And then the chromosomal abnormalities, there are nearly 6 or 7 types of chromosomal abnormalities. They are Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, Cri du Chat syndrome, Triple X syndrome, XYY syndrome. And the external factors include prenatal environment, postnatal environment, family, and peer group. Now we'll see about the prenatal environment. So this comes under the external factors. So under external factors, we have prenatal environment, postnatal environment, and then we have family and peer group. The first is prenatal environment. So prenatal environment is before birth. So what would be the external fetal environment? The external fetal environment, it constitutes the proteins, enzymes, inflow of nutrients, hormones, oxygen, chemicals, etc. etc. All these affect the include the external fetal environment, and it will have an effect on the development of the organism. And the environmental factors that are birth effect producing, which will cause an effect during the birth, which will cause an effect in the individual organism, is called, these are called as teratogens. These are called as teratogens. And the harm caused due to these teratogens depends on the amount and length of exposure to these teratogens. The agents, teratogenic agents, are the substances that cause a change in the genetic code, causing any abnormality, anomaly, or malformation. And these may cause agenesis or incomplete development or even developmental excess. These teratogenic agents are especially dangerous during organogenesis. For example, thalidomide damages when the genes for arms and legs are activated. Some of the examples of teratogenic agents are physical agents like irradiation or X-rays, infectious agents like rubella, which causes brain damage and also cranial nerve damage, chemical agents like thalidomide. Vitamin A in excess may cause cleft palate, eye damage, and congenital abnormalities. Vitamin D in excess may cause mental retardation, and alcohol, heavy drinking, may cause subnormal IQ in the children. And the postnatal environmental factors are, these can constitute 4 types of environments, that are the microsystem, the mesosystem, exosystem, and macrosystem. The microsystem is the immediate surroundings of the child, that is home, school, and work. The mesosystem constitute the connections among these microsystems, that is the home, school, and home and work, something like this. Okay. And then the exosystem is the social settings. In these social settings, the child might not be there directly, but these will also affect the development of the child. For example, parents' workplace, etc. And then the macro system. Macro system constitutes the values, laws, customs of a particular culture. This is the postnatal environment that has its effect on the physical and psychological development of an organism. And then comes the family influences. As we all know, family transmits appropriate behavior, values, and knowledge. And this also provides an emotional setting for the development of the child. And the personal and social growth of a child greatly depends on the sense of identity and belongingness in the family unit, and the warmth and affection that the child gets. There are 3 concepts here. The child discipline. Discipline is about teaching the acceptable forms of conduct or behavior to make this child. The main goal of disciplining is to make them feel responsible for their actions and also make them realize the consequences of their behavior. And then there is the battered child syndrome, in which the abused children suffer social and emotional damage and they harbor the feelings of hostility and aggression. They have trouble controlling their anger and they have prolonged depression and loneliness. Then we have the broken families, wherein there might be a marital discord but the parents may stay together. This will cause a continuous tension in between the family setting. This will affect the child, and then there might be single parents raising the children, and sometimes the parental displaced aggression also might be shown by the parents. And these anything any one of these or many of these together, these will have a spillover effect to other aspects of children's development as well.